getting acclimated here and understanding the expectations, but from a personal standpoint, but also on the field?
A lot. He has the best mind, like one of the best minds on the field to pick, especially when it comes to offensive line play. He plays in those big games, so when I'm going against those big time players, I can easily just turn to him and throw him a question or two.
Let's get this out of the way. The Josh Jimmy thing. Explain how that came about.
Yeah, that was they back. Some other schools like they tried to combine my first and last name, Josh Simmons, say Jim. But I told him that here, just kind of like we have like two Joshes, Padilla and Fryer, so it's like we gotta find something to call you. And at first it was just something to keep in house. So when he got on Twitter, I was kind of like,
For us, he was Josh.
yeah, Josh is good.
I talked to you in May when you got here. You were like, I'm not even thinking about starting. I'm just thinking about learning and getting better. Here you are in line to be the starting left tackle at Ohio State. What does that mean to you?
There's a lot of expectations. I kind of take it with a grain of salt. Maybe I'm kind of making some progress right now, but I'm still trying to work to get better at it. Because
building off that, just how were you able to assimilate so quickly and put yourself in a position where you could be the starting left tackle?
it was a lot of grind. Especially in camp, you're just kind of like, man, just got another day of this, but you just got to kind of just put your head down and go to work.
Who helps you through those moments when you're maybe having trouble pushing yourself to go through that work?
It's a collective thing in the entire unit. It's all that brotherhood. That's a real thing. We help each other out.
You feel best? I know you play either side. Is there one that you feel like you're actually more comfortable at, left or right?
Well, obviously when you flip sides, it's going to be like an adjustment. But with the coaching staff and resources here, I know I'll be able to do it.
Josh talked about this coming out in the spring. He said he'd play either side, but that it did take him longer to feel more comfortable and more natural on the left side. I don't know if that's been your experience or not.
A little bit. You're not just going against anybody in practice now. So I think the biggest thing is just kind of honing in on those techniques and stuff like that, and the rest will take you away.
How much of an adjustment is that moving from right to left?
It's a pretty big one. Like I said, you're going against the best D lineman in the world at college football, so you kind of gotta, you gotta really lock in order to get right.
How much have you played left in the past?
Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever played left.
Never played left, yeah.
So when they came to you and said we want to switch to left tackle, what did you think?
All right, let's do it. I just gotta work at it now.
And the adjustment hasn't been that difficult, or is it? How would you describe it?
Well, you just kind of got to figure it out. Like I said, I'm going against some really good dudes, and me and Tegra and all those guys, we'll kind of stay after practice sometimes and just kind of get it right and put in that extra work so that the next day can come a little bit easier.
Josh Fryer said that he thought you made a pretty quick adjustment here. They didn't notice a long adjustment here for you. Did you feel comfortable right away?
I don't think comfortable is a word, but I kind of knew what type of program this was, so I kind of knew that you're gonna have to really dive head first in this and really empty the tank day in, day out. So that's kind of really all I try to do.
What about the room? Did you feel comfortable in the room right away?
One more time?
The room, did you feel comfortable in the room right away?
Yeah.
Why was that?
I think that, for a transfer at some other schools, they kind of be like, hey, kind of test his waters a little bit. But here it was just open arms, like immediate arrival. Just guys, hey, you want to go hang out after lift, stuff like that. So it was amazing.
You mentioned going up against that defensive line. Was there any kind of wake-up call?
I didn't expect him to be that fast. I think that was the biggest thing. Like you hear people say, "Oh yeah, these guys are fast" and stuff like that. Come from the Mountain West. They're not too dynamic. You have some dudes some weeks, but it was it was speed. Speed.
Talking about the development of you as a pass blocker, where in that facet of your game have you made the biggest strides since you got here?
I think it's angles. I think when you're talking about pass blocking, especially against these dudes, you gotta understand what type of pass play it is, if it's long or short and stuff like that. So you just gotta work on those angles accordingly. So.
Josh, were you on the? Jimmy on the field, Josh off the field, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's what JT said about you. Does this line right now with you on the left side and Josh Fryer on the right side, does it feel like the line? You understand what I'm saying? Does it feel like the group? Does it have a feel to it now that's comfortable?
I'm really just kind of working on what I'm doing at the point. Obviously, everybody else is working and stuff like that, but I'm really just working at Josh Simmons left tackle and how I can help. I'll stay about that.
And when you decided to come here, did you see, what was it, opportunity? How would you describe what got you here?
It was more just the development. This is like an NFL factory. So I understand that, you know, the opportunity here was to get developed by Coach Fry and the best coaching staff in the country. I was going to take it.
And you've known Coach Fry how long?
Since I think sophomore year in high school.
Yeah.
Late sophomore year.
Y'all didn't hook up immediately, but you've hooked up with him now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what just stands out about him and his approach?
I think just how detailed he is. You know, how he has an answer for everything, and any type of like problem you're dealing with in practice, he can easily fix it.
Does it feel like a whirlwind? Does it feel like a whirlwind that you got here in May and here these happening so quickly?
It does. I still remember, like, it feels like I just got here, like, got off my flight like a week ago. So.
What'd you do this summer that you felt like prepared you to jump in so quickly?
I think the biggest thing was just kind of watching tape, just kind of understanding like how they do things. Like I was watching their past games, UGA and all that stuff, and I just saw how they did things. And understand that's how you're gonna kind of have to coach.
When you're watching that tape, like you weren't with the program last year, so
No.
you might not know the intricacies of how
Exactly.
everything went on. Was there somebody that walked you through all that? Was it Coach Fry? How did you kind of understand things without having that inside with you last year?
Yeah, it was a big help with Mike Saline. He kind of really, like, you know, if there was extra time, I was with him, just kind of working on anything I could to kind of be prepared.
Do you feel a different?
Did you get here?
Sorry. One more time?
When did you get here?
May 8. I forgot. It was sometime.
Early May.
Something
So
like
it's just
that.
been a few months now. But
Yeah.
you feel like you just stepped off the plane a week ago.
Yeah,
Has it been a whirlwind ride?
it
in the
really
last few
has.
months?
That's the perfect word.
What's the huge difference? I mean, being on the West Coast, coming out here, you've only been here 3 months. The small window of just living style as opposed to out there, as well as, you know, some of the maybe differences between coaching styles and just the whole way that San Diego State did things as
Yeah.
opposed to how they do things here.
Yeah, so I mean, for one, like from the West Coast, like people there, they're more a little bit more like I don't know how to explain it, more like
Chill.
more aggressive actually, I would say. Yeah, but here, I don't know why, just people seem a little bit more genuine in some aspects. One more time?
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
And then from coaching style, I mean, Coach Hoke, he was a former up north coach, so like one thing I could probably say is like he was really like what's the word? He's kind of old school, you know, it's kind of real, just get it done. You know, same thing here, but here it's more of like you know, he goes in depth on how to get it done, and that's what I love about it.
Can you believe? This isn't slamming where you came from. I'm San Diego State, but you're on the number 3 ranked team in the country now. What's the difference? You understand what I mean? I mean, from a surrounding standpoint, from a field standpoint, what's the difference?
Everybody's locked in. Like you can tell like from the moment people get on the field that like, you know, they felt that UGA game, and that's what they're chasing back. So.
Is it crazy to you that you could be starting for the number 3 team in the country here in a couple of weeks? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, how quickly things have changed for your life.
Yeah, it has, but I try not to really kind of look at it that way. I just kind of try to keep working because I know like nothing's set in stone at all.
Do you feel a different responsibility, left tackle versus right tackle? If you end up at left tackle, does that feel like something that's more urgent, bigger responsibility there?
You can say that. I mean, you know, quarterback can't see what happens back there, so you know you're gonna have to, you know, really drop him. So.
Josh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks.